Hey, when it comes to talking shop about video games with your youth kids, do you ever find that they sound like they're speaking in code names? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today on the UIC show.
Alrighty, welcome to the UIC show. We're so glad you're here. We got a special guest, Tony Daskalakis. He's our UIC staff member out on the coast. We also got digitally, we got Mike Anderson. He's in La Mesa, and he also helps with our graphics. Good to have you, Mike. We today are playing Codenames. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about video games, too. This is a themed Codenames on video games. So, Joemel, take it away.
Awesome. So, as you know, we've been kind of doing a little thing where we want to teach you guys some games that we play with our small groups and with our youth groups. And one of these games that we want to teach you is Codenames. So it's kind of a two-part thing. We're going to learn a little bit about video games, and we're also going to learn a new board game to play. So to explain these rules, here's a quick video that explains how these games are played.
Codenames is a two-team game in which each team has one clue giver, known as the team spy master, and one or more guessers, known as the field operative. Both spy masters will look at the same key card with a 5x5 grid. This key will show which words on the game board of 25 words, also laid out in a 5x5 grid on a table, they want their team to guess. The spy masters will take turns and give a one-word clue, attempting to connect multiple words on the board. They will also give a number of total words they are linking together. The field operatives will work together to guess which word or words the spy master is thinking, going one word at a time. The teams will go back and forth with the spy master giving a clue, followed by the field operatives guessing words until one team has identified all their words. Make sure you avoid the assassin on the board, which will instantly lose your team the game. Whichever team identifies their team's words first will be the winner of Codenames.
Does that make any sense?
Perfect sense.
Makes sense to me.
So much sense.
I like it.
Perfect. So for this game, we're going to have Team A be Chris, Brent, and Tony. And Team B is going to be Mike, myself, and Jesse.
Be a superior.
So what's the punishment for this week?
I'm so glad that you asked. Well, of course, with our guests, Tony and Mike being here, we're not going to include them in the punishment, but we are thankful that you guys are here.
Oh, praise be.
Thanks for coming.
But for the rest,
But we do want you to
for
suffer.
the rest of the show, if Team A wins, then Team B, Jesse and I will do an embarrassing Fortnite dance on social media. And if Team B wins, Chris and Brent will do an embarrassing Fortnite dance on their social media. It's going to come out the day that this episode airs. So if you're watching this right now, as soon as you're done, go ahead and hop on our social media, and you will see the losing team doing a silly Fortnite dance.
Chris, if the Atari is the last game you played, I'm not feeling too good about our odds here.
Don't worry, we got this.
It's the N64.
What's an N64?
So who's going first today, Tony?
That would be the A team. That would be
All right,
us.
that's us.
Go for it.
Whack. All right. Let me just take a moment here.
There's probably going to be a lot of cuts.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And insert transition wipe now.
Shooter 3.
Shooter 3. I think we can definitely get rid of a lot, though.
You know, Rocket
You
League
see
is
any
a shooter.
shooters on there?
'Cause you gotta shoot
Brent,
the ball
I
into
see
the
a
goal.
bunch. I see. Let's see. Is Overwatch a shooter? I don't know.
Technically, some
You
of the
know
characters in
Overwatch
Super
is
Smash
a
Bros.
shooter.
have shooting.
Boomer.
Destiny is a shooter.
Mike.
Half-Life.
Call of Duty.
Help my team out.
Boomer.
Rocket League.
People in Mortal
Fortnite.
Kombat have guns.
Counter-Strike. Call of Duty. Halo. GoldenEye. So we've got 8 shooters on the board. So let's try and narrow it down to the most specific shooter games. I think Call of Duty is probably
By the way,
on the mic.
pay
Also a
close
theater.
attention to Tony's face, because a big part of this game is the clue giver is not allowed to react to their logic.
I wasn't
Did
watching.
I react?
I know. I'm watching.
Truthfully,
just
I-
for the audience at home, you haven't reacted yet.
I don't know what's going on with my face. Something happening to my face?
Other
Do I
than
even have
being
a face?
beautiful, your face is the stain.
Cool.
So, is there anything up there that's
The faceless
nothing
bunch.
but a shooter?
nothing but a shooter.
Call of Duty has like a like a mode, like you can
Yeah.
do campaign mode.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite only has.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
shoot
I wouldn't
people.
necessarily call Fortnite a shooter too. That's third person, so I think we can chop out Fortnite. I mean, GoldenEye, I would say, is probably
Fortnite, not a
nothing
shooter?
but a shooter.
GoldenEye's just an old video game.
That's
I'm
true.
just gonna cut back and forth between me and
It
Tony
is a
staring
shooter,
at each other.
Yeah, but when they say first-person shooter, like he didn't say first-person, he just said a shooter.
Yeah,
But
true.
It's normally like
Which could make
Usually
Fortnite.
there's a
After
timer in
somebody-
this game.
Like Halo was like that. Like those.
That's
know.
true. There is. So let's just make a pick.
Play the Jeopardy music.
Actually, you know what? I would call Counter-Strike probably the most shootery if I gotta make a call.
All right.
What do you think?
And I'll choose Call of Duty.
Okay, let's go with Call of Duty first then. Call of Duty?
Correct.
All right.
So you guys are gonna get one on the board now. Yay!
Shading.
Everyone cheers.
Yeah, I think Counter-Strike would be the next best bet. Destiny's a good one too.
We can do Counter
All
Strike.
right, we're going with Counter-Strike, Tony.
That is a
That's
red
what I'm
team
talking
pick.
about.
Wow, this is
Back in
fantastic,
the
guys.
game.
Ouch. All
Let's
right.
get it.
Turn it red.
Let's get it.
All right.
Back in the game. We just started.
Look at that. We already tied it, and we didn't even get to guess
Already
yet.
tied up.
Well,
Yeah,
technically, we have to get 9 since we went first, and you have to get 8.
So
now
we're
we
up
have
by
8,
one.
and you have to
1/8
get
of
7.
the
Look
way
at that. Look,
So
we
we
didn't
don't
even
get
do any
every
work.
So
because
we
we're
don't
done.
get any more guesses. We know that there are 2 other shooters that Tony was thinking about on the board.
Maybe.
Mike?
I can't say anything.
No.
You can't
Yeah,
say
don't
anything
cheat,
at
bro.
all.
No cheating. No cheating.
Wow, Tony.
Look at him, so eager to give
All
away
right.
the answers.
Mike,
Alrighty, red
take it
team.
away with your
I
first
believe in
clue.
us. The word
I believe in us
is
as well.
Keep the card.
I believe in you, Mike, even though I can't hear you.
futuristic.
Sorry, I won't
2.
look,
Madden, not.
No.
Sims.
Are you
no.
sure? I would go with Madden
No,
and The
Bang
Sims.
Bang,
Those
no,
would be
no.
my 2.
Halo's definitely.
Halo's definitely
futuristic.
future.
Madden always releases the game for the next year first, so that's pretty
Sims,
That
is,
is-
plan- Sims is planning for the
Minecraft,
future.
Yeah,
Rocket League.
yeah.
Rocket League is there. Rocket
Yeah.
League is futuristic. Destiny, I would say.
I
though,
would
is
think more Destiny.
Skyrim and some
Dude,
futuristic mods.
Okay, so right now the 4 that actually apply is Overwatch.
I'd go with Tetris, bro.
You're right. It isn't.
They were living in the future when they made
That's
it.
timeless.
You're not wrong.
It's a game about building
Definitely
rockets.
Halo.
Can't get more sci-fi than that.
Definitely.
So I'm between
Destiny.
Overwatch, Destiny, Rocket League, and Halo. Which is the most obvious?
Destiny
Okay.
and Halo. Definitely Halo.
You
Halo.
have to pick one.
No,
by
let's
the way.
just start.
Let's definitely do Halo. Halo's definitely
play the first
futuristic.
one. All right, let's lock that in. Mike, we're locking in Halo as our first one. Tap.
That is a blue.
All
That
right.
is a blue.
So that. Oh, that was
way.
that had to. That was
Let's
probably
get
a
it, Mike.
shooter.
Thanks for the help.
You know, I'm
Thanks
just
for the
giving
help.
back. I'm just giving
man.
That was
back.
probably a shooter. So, yep.
But now you know that there's a futuristic 2 floating out there.
So we're guessing each other's
There's
right
2
now.
other futuristic ones.
All right, Tony. What is your second clue?
I have a small card here. Let's go with MMO2.
MMO 2. And remember, we got our last one of shooter.
yeah.
I think Halo was probably
What is MMO 2?
a shooter.
No,
MMO.
for 2. Two
Oh,
words.
MMO
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
2
There's
MMOs.
2 of them that are
Yeah, I don't know what MMO is.
Oh,
So
mass multiplayer online.
I'm thinking
Oh.
RuneScape and World of
I know.
Warcraft are my 2
I would
thoughts.
say World of Warcraft first because that's a superior game.
Can't comment.
Oh,
Can't
that,
comment.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree. That's funny though.
I would say board that would.
I don't really. I mean,
Skyrim. Skyrim.
No, that's a single. Well, it depends.
There is an
on-
online
it
one.
depends what line. That's
Diablo.
a single player.
I don't really know
They made an
Rocket
online
League
one.
or Overwatch, but
Diablo might.
Yeah.
I haven't played Diablo recently, so I don't know about the different iterations.
yeah.
I would say most people
I think
say
those-
World of
Yeah.
Warcraft. That's
Well, and
normally-
those
The
2
Sims.
pop off the board to me.
Sims Online, great MMO.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to
so
not
many
to,
players in The Sims.
Wow.
I
First-
think we lock in. Yeah. Wow.
not to throw a wrench into your logic, but
Did I hear that we locked something in? Before
We
Joemel
are-
throws
we're
any
We're
wrenches?
Hold
locking
on.
in World of Warcraft for our first pick.
World of Warcraft is a blue tile.
All right, we are up.
Hashtag
We are up.
Alliance Paladin. So stoked for Shadowlands. Be there, be square.
Hashtag
I've been
All
playing
right.
Final Fantasy 14.
Undead
My
Horde
MMO.
Priest.
I'm hearing lots of words. We got one more guess, and then we can guess one above that too,
Nerds.
because of our shooter from last one. So I think do we
don't
want to
know.
go with an MMO first, or do we want to go with a shooter first? I believe Halo was probably one of our shooters.
I believe I would have called Halo a shooter for me.
I
would
would've
call
too.
it
But I
futuristic.
also
You
would've
still
said-
have a
I would've- I
futuristic
also would've
too,
said Fortnite
fam.
was a shooter, and you said no.
I kind of backed off of shooter for Fortnite because it's a battle royale and it's more of like a builder. It's like I wouldn't call it shooter.
It's a builder game. I
Yeah,
understand.
so I wouldn't call it shooter. It's got its
Except
own
that the
kinda-
primary
Except that you
option.
shoot people.
I'm just saying
Well, yeah,
the kids
you
I
do.
play with, they're all about
Shooting
it's
people.
like it's current day Halo
Yeah.
for the kids I play
And
with.
Tony is really young, so
Rocket League.
he
I
was
don't know about really.
he was
shooting
5 when
goals.
Napoleon Dynamite came out.
Okay, so what's another?
So
another
I
MMO?
I would probably lean. I mean, RuneScape's an MMO, but
Skyrim Online.
I would probably lean towards GoldenEye as our third shooter before I go RuneScape.
Oh, we have
But,
three
I mean, what do you
generations
think?
on this right now.
See, GoldenEye just is coming to me a shooter to me. Like
That's
it's-
not a shooter.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's an old Atari game, so
That's
it matches
and
your
it's
shirt.
Nintendo 64, bro.
Hey, you can go with it.
Well,
But right now we have to say
no, we can guess whatever we want to guess.
Oh, we can say
Yeah.
either one of those
Yeah.
categories. All right, you can say shooter.
Well,
that.
but would you rather go MMO? Because I'm leaning pretty heavy towards GoldenEye. But if you want to go towards the MMO,
Then you lean, bro. That's fine.
Chris has won more games. We should trust his gut.
Wow. The enemy is whispering in our ear over here.
Let's do whatever we can do to create strife between
I do
Team A.
think
Alright.
we should stick to a timer, though.
yeah, that's true. What do we want to lock in?
Well, you can do that. That's fine.
All right, we're gonna lock in GoldenEye.
And that is neutral.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So we got
The
one
gut
more.
has misled.
We
The
got
gut
one
has
more
misled.
shooter. We got one more shooter, and we've got one more MMO on the board.
All right, Mike. Now's our. So we still know that there are two futuristic.
Too
ones,
futuristic.
and that's on our mind. So, Mike, let's hear your next hint, my friend.
I'm trying to think of a word that isn't hyphenated because I might get flamed for the hyphenated semi-two word thing.
Well, no, I mean,
I, for one, accept hyphenated words.
I mean, there are hyphenated words
So
on the
two
board.
words basically, because anything can be hyphenated.
I mean,
There's a
it's-
hyphen right in
yeah,
the middle.
Yeah, but
Amanda,
like this is like
hyphen Graham.
actually like a it's an actual word. So, or like
If it's, I would say if it's naturally hyphenated, then go for
okay.
it.
I'm gonna do it. It's not too many. So here we go. Long running 2.
Mike, I thought you would be good at this.
Are you kidding me?
Wow,
Are
that
you
is
kidding me?
bad sportsmanship. We're trying to be unified here, Joemel.
Oh no, me.
Jesse,
I think that was a great hint.
There's so many of these games are long running.
Oh,
I mean,
long running.
It's not even close
Okay.
if you look.
Oh,
at
that's
this-
what it was?
I
Long
can't
running?
talk.
For
I
how
can't
much?
talk.
long running too. So that means you
you
have
could pick 3.
2 guesses for a long running,
Yes,
and he
we
also
can
gave his
throw in
last
the futuristic.
clue of futuristic.
All right.
You know, in
Jesse,
Rocket League,
okay.
you drive across a long field.
All right, I think Mario is the oldest game on here.
I hope that's
you
what he
can say
means
that
by
if
long
you
running.
want.
I mean, oh no, Tetris is technically older
Tetris is the
than
oldest.
Mario. But when he says long running, like no one plays Tetris anymore.
Excuse me, Tetris
Oh.
99, the
I
biggest battle
played
royale ever
Tetris.
made.
Are you
And
kidding
what about
me?
Running Man?
I love Tetris.
Tetris is amazing.
Pac-Man also.
How about Running Man?
Pac-Man is
Pac-Man
long running.
Really,
So
yeah.
okay, then by long running, does he mean the oldest or like still relevant? Because that's a big thing too.
That's a great point of contention.
'Cause,
I mean,
like,
I can
That was
answer
great.
some of
the
these games
question,
are-
but I shouldn't answer the question.
No, you can't.
No, you
That's-
can't answer the question.
I can't give Tony the stink eye for giving verbal clues and then allow you to give a full-on vocal clue. Let's see.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. Okay, Legend of Zelda and Mario, I think, are the most long-running like franchises.
But think of how many Final Fantasies there are.
That's true
Like,
too.
aren't we up to like
Think
what?
of,
15.
think of how many Maddens there are.
Okay, no.
Oh dang!
That's also true.
That's
I
also
will allow
true.
Final
In
Fantasy.
Destiny, though, you fly planet to planet, and that's a really
Oh,
long distance.
that's a long stretch.
Tony
That
just
is some
doubling
real
down the
confusion
long
right now.
Distance.
Listen, Mike, we're really
Yep.
good friends, but we
The
would
enemy
have
is
to
the
have
author of
serious
confusion.
arguments
I think
over
that's what the
these
Bible
clues.
says.
Are you kidding? Like I'm giving really good clues.
I think I'm more
When-
confident in
when
guessing for
coupled
the
with
future
the
than
number.
I am
If
for
you
long
did
running.
not-
I think I
want
know.
us
I
to
think I know what
pick
Mike's
Halo.
going for.
I know where
Well,
Mike's
you-
going too.
You also know the board.
I'm not even looking at his colors.
I think he's giving good clues.
All right. I don't know, man. I'm struggling because I was with you all the way on Halo. Now I don't know. I'm on Mario first because
We trusted my gut for the first one. I think we should trust your gut for the second.
it's the father. Well, Mike was the clue
Mario.
giver. I'm just saying, like when I think long-running franchise, like that's the first thing. that,
Mario
like-
was the first runner.
but then again, also when I thought of futuristic games, Halo was the first thing that came to my mind.
I know. Halo seems really futuristic.
But okay, we'll stop getting mad at Mike for the last one. And we'll move on to the future.
I don't know.
Mike, you can join our team.
We should do.
I feel
I'm gonna
like he's
trust
on
in
your
you.
Yeah, apparently I need to because my guessers just aren't spending time like really processing the data.
They're listening, but they're not.
They're listening, but they're not hearing. There's that verse in the Bible:
Stop quoting Isaiah.
"No understanding."
It's as if they're not applying long running to the right
Hey,
thing.
got the
All right.
clue.
Hey, stop,
Hey,
stop.
Let's chill out.
Y'all got to stick with what you were saying. Mike, that's out of bounds. You're no longer on our team.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, I'm out.
I didn't
So
hear
it's,
it.
I'm not leaning
true.
towards Mario anymore.
No.
What
That's
did I
actually.
miss?
I apologize.
Oh, yeah, Jesse can't hear
That is
Mike.
not what I meant when I said that.
I can't hear anything Mike says. I'm left in the dark here.
We are one
No,
one
that's-
audio input down, and
that's
Jesse
perfect.
can't hear what's happening.
Hi,
That's
man.
perfect,
Which
though.
is even more fun.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Long running.
What do you think, Jesse? Long running. What are you going for?
Like in Mortal Kombat, where they have a run up to each other when they're going to fight.
There is a
run
long
in and they like
run.
Stupid.
that.
So stupid.
Mortal
Kombat has a lot of stages. I mean,
Finish him.
I mean, you gotta run a lot in Fortnite.
Guys, the reality is that they've been on Mario for 5 minutes.
Dude.
Go Mario.
Fatality.
That's true. You guys.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Talking
You know what?
timer before
Jesse,
you go,
are
Mario.
you comfortable with Mario?
No, I'm not comfortable with Mario
Okay,
anymore.
then
Never-
Jesse,
never
you
go.
say
You
can't
what
say
you're thinking.
anymore.
I
I think
touched
we
it.
should do.
You can't say anymore.
Well,
That's
let's hear what Jesse says.
We should do Overwatch.
Are you serious? Oh, okay. Just because the futuristic?
Let's do Overwatch.
Sure,
Okay.
you know what? Let's go with it.
They're
I'm
switching
seeming
things
to
up.
be all over the place. We're tapping, officially tapping Overwatch.
Okay, that is red.
So we could,
And
we could
another
just stick with the
3,228.
futuristic.
I am honestly more confident with the futuristic guess here. So Overwatch was one, and then we were debating between Final Fantasy and Destiny, if I remember correctly.
For futuristic, it
Yes.
was Rocket League and Destiny.
Rocket League and Destiny.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Raccoon.
Rocket League.
Futuristic.
Technically, they
I
tied
choose
it.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Tied
for
it up
100.
there.
Was it good?
All right, let's make a
Yeah.
play here.
I think we could go with Destiny.
All right, you know what? My gut is clearly Mike is not a fan of my gut right now, so I'm just gonna stick with Jesse's gut, and I'm gonna smack Destiny, right?
Smack it. With all you
Smacking
got.
Destiny.
Destiny.
That is also a red one.
Wow.
Let's go. All right, we got one more, Jesse. You're on it. You're on a.
What were you guys saying about Mike's clues? What were you guys saying about Mike's clues again?
Yeah,
You guys
what
didn't like
was
Mike's
it?
I
clues?
never spoke bad against Mike's clues.
I did.
I called for unity on our team.
Jesse brought us back together. Me and Mike were drifting apart.
And then now I guess we're going for long running. You want to, I think, see, when I'm thinking long run, I'm thinking like,
Mario.
no, obviously not Mario. I'm thinking either
It's only the face
Pac-Man or
Nintendo and the longest
Tetris.
running
So,
video game companies that have it.
Okay, I'm with that.
I think we can go with,
You got one more guess, by the way.
I think we can go with Pac-Man.
All right, I'm tapping Pac-Man. I dig it. Pac-Man.
That's neutral.
Okay, all right.
Neutral.
Okay, all good,
They,
all good.
They have taken
Okay.
the lead by one.
Oh man, that was stressful, but good job, Jesse.
No,
Good
that
job
was all
sticking
good. We
with
came
the-
back.
with the-
All right, Tony, what's your next clue?
Long running 3.
Are you kidding
Shut
me?
up.
Well then. Okay.
Shut up.
Same clue.
So the fact that Tony can give the same clue as you, Mike, don't you think that
That's-
shows that it wasn't the best?
That's
clue?
crazy.
Like I hear what you're saying, but once I explain it to you at the end of the game, you're gonna be like, oh, interesting.
I'm probably gonna feel dumb.
Mike, I know exactly what you mean.
I can tell, Tony. Thank you.
I'm going to say
Easy for the other clue giver to say.
let's hold off on the long running and let's try and
Oh,
get
man.
MMO and shooter. So what was the number you gave us?
2 for MMOs.
For
No,
which-
no, for long running.
3.
So, oh
Gets pick
gosh.
4.
Yeah.
So we got 4 picks. So I say we start with shooter and MMO. I'm really leaning towards RuneScape for an MMO.
It's a futuristic one.
Do you have any other?
It is futuristic.
Very futuristic.
Do you have any other?
It's kind of the new
MMOs?
game, actually.
I just don't know about the new Diablos. Like, I don't know what they did with any of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
like, there's enough games on here that I played in different renditions, but I haven't seen all of them. So,
And then for
I'm okay with RuneScape as an MMO.
yeah, okay. Let's lock that in then. RuneScape.
That is correct.
All right.
Yes, good call.
That is a
good call.
blue.
So-
Father of MMOs.
Yeah.
That's right, exactly. So now shooter, I would lean towards Half-Life on this board, but it could also be Fortnite.
Was
on this
there
board.
any other part of Half-Life? Could it be called anything else?
I mean, of course, it could be called a lot of things.
But was there anything
But-
specifically that it did?
Oh yeah, they did
Tony,
a
did
ton
you
of
call
stuff.
RuneScape
Like
the
Halo
father
was just
of
shooting.
MMOs?
I don't really
And
know
everyone's
Rocket
followed suit
League,
since.
so
I know nothing about Rocket League.
that's the thing.
It's a great
is
shooter.
It's a great shooting game. The whole game is about shooting.
Want to do Half-Life?
I'm thinking
Half-Life shooter?
sarcasm on here, but because I don't know Rocket League, I don't really know
have no
what
idea.
they're saying.
It's right next to Minecraft, so I'm going to say no.
So we could also try and go with long running, and we could try and hit Tetris, Mario, or
They have the same clue.
But the only
I don't
difference
know.
is that
They
I'm still
also
confused
have
about
long
that.
running.
So I think that we're going to be able to fall into a pit on that side.
Yeah.
So,
So
I would say let's go
Am I allowed to
Half-Life.
say something like Mike said something?
Nope.
No.
I didn't hear it, so
Half-Life
it doesn't
shooter.
count.
All right.
And we didn't acknowledge it.
We are going to lock in Half-Life.
Shooter.
Neutral.
That is a
Okay.
neutral.
Boom.
That's,
This is beautiful.
That's okay. I'm not mad about that. That's
All right.
okay.
But
I'm
we're
happy
done with our
about it.
guesses.
We
We're
just
done.
tied it up right there.
All right,
so
Mike.
that's good.
Okay, listen, Mike. I'm ready to forgive and forget about the clues I
Do you
didn't
hear
like.
your team
I
is
just wish I
trying
could
right
hear
now,
your
Mike?
voice, Mike.
I'm willing to apologize.
Mike, of which side do
need
you
to get on
want
the
to do a
same side.
Fortnite dance right now? Who's treating you better, really?
We
That's-
love
that's
you.
a good
Mike,
that's
we
a-
love you so much.
Mike, you know I love you.
Brent, you kicked him off the team. I
All
don't know
This
what
is
you're
how you
talking
know
about.
we're real
already.
friends.
No,
Because
he's-
true friends have these conversations. But I'm just saying, I apologize. We're on the same.
Are you
we're
ready?
United. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Champions 2.
Champion.
Champions, how much?
2.
2.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm on the same thing with you. We're linking up. Okay.
Interesting.
So I know that games that involve champions,
Is Queen on the
League
board.
of Legends is a game that has champions. So champions is a clue for 2.
Okay.
And champions is a term of in a game where
Mario's
like,
a champion.
You don't make
It's
a
true.
character. It's like pre-made champions.
Mario is such a
so,
champ.
Diablo, you make a character. You don't.
Mortal Kombat? No?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
In
would say okay.
Skyrim-
You know what? Let's stick. I think the most obvious has to be League of Legends because that's like.
Yeah,
a
definitely.
league
I
term.
wouldn't call that the most obvious, but go ahead.
In Skyrim, you can become the champion of the Imperials and the Stormcloaks.
Okay.
Not at the same time.
So I'm
Tony
gonna go
has
ahead.
played literally every video game on here to a deep, intimate,
He really has.
He has personal
So
knowledge
I
of all
am
of them.
Tony-
tapping.
what is GoldenEye? What is
Tony
GoldenEye?
knows the lore of Tetris.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do a hard
actually,
tap on
I
League of
do.
Legends.
League of Legends is red, friend.
Let's get
Okay,
it. Let's
okay.
get it.
Good-
Let's get that
good
bread.
one, good one.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
They just took a lead.
So now we still have champions. Do we still have futuristic or do we?
We
get all
have
I
both
think
the
we got
futuristics, I think, but we have the
long running.
running, and we have
No, we have long running.
no,
We all have long running.
We had
Apparently.
more long runnings.
All right, so another champion
no,
one.
No offense, Mike, but I'm just gonna erase long running from my mind.
What about
just because they
Smash Bros?
also have long running? Yeah, I think Smash Brothers is a champion. Choose your champion. That's the thing that I think they actually say.
I think Smash Brothers might be.
So I think you're right. I'm gonna do another hard tap on Super Smash Bros.
That is neutral.
No!
See, in Super Smash, they are brothers, not champions.
They are
Dude, he
brothers, not
knows.
champions.
But do they not say choose your champion?
Dude, I know exactly where you're going with the other
Tony
champions.
knows.
I would.
All right, all good, all good.
don't
We
know.
still
I
got
think
another
we're okay,
champion, and
we're
we got the 2 long
We're
runners.
I know-
friends again, Mike.
I know
We're okay.
exactly where he's going
don't
with the
know
other
where else
champions.
it
I know exactly.
What else has champions?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not going to ruin it, but I'll tell you after.
All right.
I know
Well,
exactly
it's your turn.
what Fortnite dance we're going to ask you to do.
That's
Well,
right.
We're tied.
Maybe Madden because you win a championship.
Champions? Oh, that's sports.
Ooh.
I don't know.
All right,
Oh,
Tony, what's
man.
your next clue?
Give us a synonym if you want to say something but you don't want to say it.
More
Like,
long run.
If I
Does
could
it
use
sound
2 words,
like
if I could use 2 words, it'd be so easy.
So,
Well, of course it would.
Um,
That's the game.
but you can't. So don't.
Modern 2.
Modern 2. So we've got one shooter on the board. And, is that the only thing on the board we still have?
Modern.
Oh, long running.
Let's-
We've also got modern.
let's just
I
go
wonder
for
if he's trying to tie some of these in together, too.
so if we're saying modern.
don't know.
are we
Modern,
saying-
I
are we
think
saying
Rocket League.
Are we saying Fortnite and Minecraft are the most modern on that game?
Well, Rocket League is modern.
know
I think,
nothing-
let's go with,
Minecraft's pretty modern.
I'd
All
go
the
with-
junior hires play it.
I'd go with Fortnite for
And
for
Madden
first
updates
one.
every year.
I don't know about Rocket League at all. So
So
don't
Madden's
either.
I
definitely
give that
modern.
to you.
That's why I'm thinking it's modern. I don't know about it either.
Grand Theft Auto just had an update. Pretty modern, if you ask me.
Your face just had an update.
Ooh. Hey, don't make fun of Jesse's face.
Thank you.
All
That
right.
doesn't need-
Madden does have a modern every year. But
I
it's
like
not, it's-
I like Fortnite.
I like Fortnite.
All right, we're going with Fortnite.
Fortnite is blue.
Okay, so now that I'm thinking about it too, that could have been a shooter.
It could have been yes.
So I think maybe we pull off of shooter.
and it could have
But
been.
then all we have is modern and long running.
Long running is the new.
So-
We need to
Long
put
running's
long
the
running
theme.
on the thumbnail.
What is long running?
Which bunch of question marks?
So here's the question.
That is definitely a
Like,
thumbnailable.
I know nothing about Rocket League, so I mean, one of those is me like Minecraft. I would say Minecraft. You say Rocket League. 50-50. I don't know.
A lot
anything
of
about
shooting
it.
in Rocket
I
League.
think because we don't know Rocket League, that makes it modern to me. Because I don't know.
Unless it was an obscure game that only Tony played.
Rocket League?
No, it's not obscure. All of these
I'm
are
just-
pretty well known,
I'm just joking.
Oh,
other than Rocket League, obviously.
What's GoldenEye 07?
See, yeah, I know.
A
Well,
very overrated
N64?
shooter. Tony, the answer is a very overrated
Man.
shooter.
Oh,
Clap
thank you,
back.
Mike. Thank you, Mike.
super hot.
All right.
Clap back.
So,
And not modern.
long running. Are you thinking long running as in
I'm saying-
oldest, or are you thinking long running with most titles?
I would say, like, long running to me sounds, I don't know, I'm just asking. It could be titles. If
Yeah.
titles, then does anything on that board have more
It could be how
titles
long you
than
play the
Madden?
game. What has the
I
longest
know.
story? That's long running.
If that was the case,
Final
then I would
Fantasy
say,
and
I would say
Madden.
Madden and Final Fantasy.
But
are
if
the-
long running is
that might be our clue.
from old, then
Might
it's
be our
gonna be
clue.
Tetris.
What is the longest?
So,
what,
Get out of here,
what is the
Tony.
Why don't we try modern?
which games have the longest storylines?
Since that's our only one, and then we can go between Rocket League or Minecraft.
I leave it to you. I would say Minecraft just because I don't know Rocket League, but my kids, like my junior high kids, talk about
Minecraft.
Minecraft the same way that my high school kids talk about Fortnite.
Do you have any kids talking about Rocket League?
I have
we
not
get
heard,
that?
but maybe the
I
youngest
think
generation
that's it.
does, so that would be the most modern.
Yeah.
So that
think-
there could be a cause for that.
All right. Well, let's lock it in. Rocket League.
That is neutral.
Okay.
Neutral.
I'm not mad. That's fine.
I'm mad.
I
but
think. Well,
You should be mad.
I think we know our modern one now.
Well, now that Rocket
So-
League has been chosen, Rocket League is a game where you play soccer with cars.
Oh,
It's very fun. It's
Awesome
actually
game.
How new is it?
definitely.
2016, I would say, 2015-ish.
Yeah, about 5 years.
It
5 years.
just had its 5-year anniversary.
well,
Oh, there you go.
how old is Minecraft? Older than Rocket League.
Oh yeah,
Very
definitely,
old.
way older.
Oh yeah.
Minecraft was like early 2000s.
Fun fact: my
Early?
youth group is actually challenging Mike's youth group to a 3-on-3 Rocket League match that we're gonna
Oh.
like stream and like make a big like event.
Right.
out
While
of.
we're talking about it, Rocket League is a great game to play with with 2 other kids.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
3-on-3. The game is clean. It's just good, clean fun.
Super fun.
Very
Yeah.
skill based. The game is wacky and wild. I highly recommend it for anyone out there who's just looking to play a game with a really small group of kids.
It's actually you can expand it up to 8. So
The
if
whole
you run
game is
customs,
shooting.
you can do 4v4s.
Yeah, you could actually
You-
have
oh,
up to 8
good-
players.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I've done that in a big youth group setting.
All right.
All
We do
righty,
that, like,
Mike.
all the time.
Mike, our
Mike.
turn. So before you give your hint, I will just say, because you can hear me and Jesse's logic. While you were peeing, me and Jesse
Oh.
developed some new logic on what we think long running might mean.
Well, I can't respond
And-
to this.
Yeah, you
so-
can't respond. You can't respond. I'm just going to let you know what we were thinking.
But you can't look at his face. Don't
Yeah, I'm
make
not-
a face.
okay,
Go
I'm not
stoic
looking-
right
yeah,
now.
Stoic
Stoic.
face. Me
Turn
and
off the
Jesse
video.
are starting to think that long running means how long the game runs, like how many hours it takes to beat.
That is definitely it, without a doubt. I can confirm for you guys. Mike told me
Freaking
myself.
Tony, why are you?
Well, hey, the only
Get
game
outta
on there,
here.
the only game on there that would win would be World of Warcraft.
Well, no, I mean
I've been playing for 20 years.
Well, those are games that you don't beat, but like,
All right, we need a
Okay.
clue.
All right.
Mike.
Don't move your face.
So it's okay.
Life 1.
Oh, I'm thinking
Ooh.
the
gotta be
Sims.
Sims.
I'm thinking the Sims.
It's
That's
gotta
got to
be
be the Sims. There's
So
not
we
a
get
doubt
another
about
pick,
it.
but let me go ahead and smack down
You've got
Sims.
2
That shouldn't be
guesses.
hard.
That's Sims,
Sims
for sure.
lockdown for sure.
Yes, that is right.
All right.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, that was
Playing
simple.
it safe. Playing it safe.
Safe,
Definitely
safe.
the
But we
Sims.
get one more pick. But we don't have to take the extra pick.
But I think it's worth it.
I think that was
worth it.
futuristic, if you ask
I think
me.
we're really close on the. I think Final Fantasy is a safer bet because
Because it
it's
kinda
not
fits
just long
both.
running for how long the gameplay is, but it's also long running because there's like,
In both
there's
ways.
like 15 different Final Fantasies. So
we should guess long running.
I gave other
Final
clues
Fantasy is
too.
I'm
he
leaning
did
on
give
it.
other. Oh, he did mention he gave other clues too.
He did.
Futuristic.
He
but
did.
I thought
we
knocked
got
out
it with
one
Overwatch
futuristic.
and Destiny though.
Yeah.
Unless
But
you got 'em
can't
wrong.
give us a hint unless
and then
one
League of
those
Legends was
Champions.
Champion.
Oh, Champions. Okay.
Champions 2 is in
What
there.
else could Champions be referring to? That's the thing is.
Tetris is the
in
champion
my
of all video
mind,
games.
Diablo.
unless you were right, and it's
In Diablo, you
sports-related.
are the champions of Sanctuary.
Madden.
You do get a champ. Madden is like
My
And
NFL
it's also long
championship.
running. In the other sense, there was like 3 senses that we were thinking of long running.
Yeah.
And Madden was one of those senses of.
And
it's
apparently
coming out
you can
every
be
year.
a champion in Skyrim. So
Champions.
Champion
You know what?
of Winter, champion of the Mages Guild, champion of the Dark
Are
Brotherhood.
you leaning more towards Madden now than Final Fantasy?
for champion, I don't know. Final
Champions
Fantasy,
and
I
long
feel
running.
like long running Fantasy. I think that might be a safer bet.
You could also just not guess.
No, let's just do Skyrim or Madden.
Since
You could defer your guess.
you did
You know what,
say,
Jesse? Just say you
Since-
choose it.
since- All right,
I've
fine.
heard too much.
I'll choose it.
since you did say your teammate was cheating, you could just stop.
All right,
I'm
let's
editing
do
that out.
let's do Madden for champions.
Madden it is. Final clap.
Say it, Mike. Mike, say it. Say it, Mike.
It's blue.
It's blue.
Black.
It's blue.
But now, what would that
Tony.
for us?
Long running.
Okay, so maybe
So,
we were off on the
If you
long
get
running
excited,
idea.
go like this.
I think
Maybe,
you were
maybe.
off on the champions idea.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I
There's
didn't
an-
hear that.
There's some more peeking
Mike,
again.
what is happening?
What did he say?
He said,
Nothing.
Hey,
he didn't
don't
say
tell him.
anything. He didn't
Don't
say
tell him
anything.
that's a cheat.
This is horrible. I want to hear you,
No,
Mike.
that's the way you're supposed
You're
to
the
play.
only pure person in the room.
well,
Shots
Tony,
fired.
we've got 3 more to
Oh
get.
my goodness.
You've got your next clue. What's it going to be?
Old.
Old.
throw that
Two.
strat out there.
Old 2.
Oh,
I
gosh.
Think we're
Maybe
going
that's what they meant with.
Tetris, probably.
I know.
This one. So
Maybe.
I think his long running is probably.
Maybe.
How many was your long running? 3?
No, but if theirs is old, like
So
So that means that
my
Mike
thinking
had
is
to mean a
Tetris and
different long
Mario.
running.
If
Yes.
you're
So
saying
maybe it was
old,
the,
I'm thinking Tetris first.
the long game.
maybe it
Yeah.
is Skyrim.
All right,
Fantasy.
we're locking it in.
But-
Tetris.
That is blue.
All right.
Yeah.
We
How
are
many more do
2
they need?
away from a W.
2.
Jeez.
Wait,
I
do we
think-
get a second? Do we get like a final?
I think Mario.
If they get the last 2,
Let's
they
do
can win
Mario.
it right now.
Let's do Mario.
I think Mario.
Do we get a second chance to tie though? Since you
Mario.
guys started or no?
Mario, we're locking it in. No, because we have 1 more than you do.
Oh, that's true.
Mario is blue.
All right. Should
They
we
got one
try
more.
and end it here? Or do we let them play? 1, 2,
What's the
3, 4,
advantage of- what's the
5.
advantage of
So
not
they
trying
need to
right
guess
now?
3
What's the
To
advantage
win
of
it.
not
on the
doing it?
board.
So if you let them play, they
If-
have to win next round, or I can give you guys a dedicated clue
Yeah.
to the
Oh, yeah.
last
to
tile.
the
Super
last
obvious.
exact one.
Or you guys can hazard a guess now. I say hazard. You guys can attempt
Oh.
to guess now, potentially close the game, potentially risk giving them a free point
That's
if you get
true.
it wrong.
I think because they need 3, I think we let them play.
I like that.
What do you think?
They want their. They want the chance to win. I can tell. So it's up to you guys.
It is possible. I
like the
I
pressure.
have had this happen in Codenames.
I think we're gonna win.
Where you have one, you give it to the other team, they guess all 3 and win. So,
Never.
but if we guess and we give them a red one, then it makes it even easier for them.
I
are
think
struggling.
we're so close right now that we're gonna win.
May I also point out we also had 3 left at the start of this round.
That's true.
We did, exactly.
And
So-
so it'd be just as easy for us to guess. So
Yeah, at this point.
I think
yeah.
we're gonna win.
So I think if we go with Minecraft, that could be our modern. Because I don't see any other moderns on the board. Skyrim's old, Grand Theft Auto's
I would
old,
say, I would say
Diablo's
Minecraft, I would
old.
say Minecraft is modern.
Yeah, I think that can win us the game. I think
I think.
You wanna go
since
for it?
there's Rocket
And
League
just
steps
take
in it,
this
I
W?
would say that's that's
make them
definitely
give
5 to
a
10.
Fortnite dance.
Do the W. Someone's
Should we
getting
do
the
it?
W.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna lock in Minecraft.
That is a neutral, boys.
That's a neutral.
Let's get it!
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Let's go. Okay. Okay.
It wasn't
So-
a red though.
So yeah, because it's not red, that's not a huge deal
No.
because they weren't even thinking about Minecraft
Okay.
anymore.
No, we
So
weren't.
it's as
What
if you guys
else
had
could he
passed.
mean by
Yeah.
modern
Except-
then? Unless he means like modern setting. So in
Which is definitely
case,
Grand Theft Auto.
Modern dance,
So,
modern
okay.
art.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Scorpion 2.
Okay.
My gut is
The
churning.
hint was Scorpion for 2.
Scorpion. Dude, come on.
You can guess.
Okay,
3.
obviously Mortal Kombat.
Obviously, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, okay, let's just slap that down.
Mortal Kombat
Okay,
slapped.
that's right.
Really hard.
And that's a blue.
Yeah, right.
That's not
That's
a blue.
red.
It's a
That
red.
slapped really hard.
Okay. So now we have to use everything else that we thought of, all our other hints, to try to guess what else involves a scorpion. I haven't gotten deep in. I've only played Diablo and Skyrim a little bit. I've never played that much Legend of Zelda.
You
I've
can
played
stomp on
a
Scorpions
few
in
Final
Grand Theft
Fantasies.
Auto.
This is true.
Grand Theft Auto is definitely their blue for modern. Get out of here.
I had a mod in Skyrim that made me look like
Yeah.
Scorpion
Okay.
from Mortal Kombat.
So let's try to narrow things out.
You know the Scorpion villain in Legend of Zelda, right?
I'm just saying, scorpions are venomous, snakes are venomous, Diablo means devil. I think it's a reach, but I think it's there.
So let's narrow out Grand Theft Auto and Diablo.
So it's in between Skyrim,
Final
Fantasy,
last
Legend
boss
of
in
Zelda.
The 7th game was the Scorpion King.
That is tough. So
In Skyrim,
okay, let's
Alright,
think back
so-
on what Mike really meant by long running.
Champion and long running
Long
are
running.
ones we have not gotten. Is there any champions in Zelda?
I can't comment. I'm stuck.
And it
sorry,
sounded like
Michael.
he was veering us away from the Final Fantasy.
Let's get a lock in here.
Unless Tony was doing some reverse psychology with this Diablo thing. But right now I'm leaning towards... I mean, Final Fantasy we keep going back to.
I know, but
It's
he
so-
seemed
it's
to
so
veer us
easy.
away
Do
from
it,
there.
It's so
do
easy to
it,
come off the
do
tongue.
Do it.
Jesse, you pick. Your guesses have been much better than mine.
All right,
Me
Jesse.
and Mike are not on the same page.
Let's lock something in.
Usually me and Mike are always on the same wavelength, but we are not today.
Let's lock something in.
All right, guys. This is going to be a break or make moment.
Of course.
Let's slap Final Fantasy.
All right.
All right, we're slapping Final Fantasy.
That is red.
That is red!
Oh,
That is
wow.
red, that is red, that is
It is
red.
red, it is
Ooh,
red.
I'm shaking, I'm shaking.
Alrighty,
All right.
guys.
So, okay, so if that's what he meant by long running,
I'm almost going with Skyrim here, guys.
or Legend of
Or Zelda. It's definitely not Diablo or Grand Theft Auto.
So, I would say Legend of Zelda is more long running in the sense that Final Fantasy is. Because Skyrim you don't really beat either. Final Fantasies you beat, Zeldas you beat. Those are long running games. Skyrim you don't beat. Or do you? Do you beat Skyrim? It's kind of like there's so much end game. Like, it's almost like a game that just never ends. Right?
You become a dragon at the end.
And
so
I
you're-
feel like there's
you're-
scorpions in Zelda, or there could be scorpions.
Once you
in
become a
Skyrim.
dragon, then you kind of like that's
It's true. My favorite part of Skyrim was becoming a dragon.
right, and then you go in there, you can just torch people. but you've got to play so much Skyrim to get to dragon level.
All right. So
How
that's
long
my
is Final
toss-up.
Fantasy? I've never played Final
It's like a
Fantasy.
50-hour minimum type game. 50 hours to beat.
I only have 1,000 hours in Skyrim. It's not crazy. It's not that much, guys.
Jesse, we need to tune out Team A. Right now, I think the right
Skyrim
toss-up is
or
between
Zelda.
Skyrim or Zelda.
That'd be awesome if it was Diablo.
Champion. You know what? Skyrim does have...
Skyrim has a champion.
Yeah?
It does, apparently. I didn't know about it.
It's true.
I've never played.
Champion of the Winterhold College,
They're not-
champion of the
you know what?
Stormcloaks, champion of the Imperials.
And he's not lying
I
there.
don't think he's lying. I'm with it.
Let's slap Skyrim, really.
I'm slapping it for the game.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That one's yellow.
That how we just
All
lost.
right. All right. We got
We just
one
lost.
left.
Unless they somehow manage to blow
And
this.
we've
This is a
got
good game.
one
This came down to some pretty
clue.
intense. We didn't have to fabricate the tension here.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.
We let ourselves get gaslit by Tony.
Cars 1.
You let yourselves get gaslit by Tony.
Cars. Cars. Now,
You let
It
yourself.
was
many-
so Zelda.
how many
It was Zelda.
how many cars are in
Why was it
in-
Zelda?
Link is the champion of Hyrule. That is his title. Link is
many-
the champion of Hyrule.
Link is the champion of Hyrule.
How many cars are in Diablo?
You didn't hear me say not playing Legend of Zelda before?
How many cars are there in Legend
should
of
have never
Zelda?
trusted
Well, in Breath of the Wild, there's a
Pixar,
DLC
Cars
that gives you
2.
a motorcycle.
Oh, that's right.
Cars 2.
We should have never trusted them.
Okay.
Grand Theft
Grand
Auto.
Theft
That's
Auto.
right.
We're putting it in.
Grand Theft Auto is blue.
All right.
All
Tony.
right.
It was a toss-up.
Okay.
That was tough.
Okay. Check
We
this
should have.
out.
Brent, I
Siri
told
would have
you
let
I'm
us.
here to give you a win again.
I know you did.
Dude, that was such a good game.
Okay. Skyrim is one singular game.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda is a series, a long-running series of
You're right.
games.
This is true.
And it's
Absolutely.
long running because it's
And
old.
Okay,
you let
so-
yourself get
yeah.
gaslit by Tony. Zelda's been going
did.
on for 33 years.
Yep.
33 years.
You're right. No. And like I
Skyrim
said,
was one game that came out in like 2004.
No, we're
Skyrim
absolutely...
got out in 2004.
Tetris has been
Skyrim
around for that
2011,
long.
my
Mario's been around that long. And when we found out that Mario and Tetris were blue, we kind of were like, maybe it's not that kind of long running. Maybe it's the length of gameplay. And that's
I
why
heard
when
I heard you guys talking about
Yeah.
that, but if you played Breath of the Wild, for example, or any of the other Zelda games, they run just as long as Skyrim.
they run just as long.
They're
See, I didn't know
extremely
that.
long games.
I didn't know that.
So Tony, now that we have won the game, can you tell us a little bit about video games and what that has to do with ministry?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we would all agree that a really big barrier in youth ministry discipleship is getting kids to feel comfortable around you and getting kids to trust you, almost getting in with the kids, right? And I feel like kids are so used to adults being like afraid to talk about video games, not knowing anything about video games, treating them like it's this thing they have nothing to do with, that as soon as an adult mentions like, oh yeah, I'll play Rocket League with you. Like, oh yeah, like what side are you on in World of Warcraft? No kids are playing World of Warcraft anymore, sadly.
No.
That like it immediately is like, oh, like this is a different kind of adult. This is an adult that's willing to like engage with me with the things that I care about. Yeah, I mean,
like that.
something that I kind of realized on my drive in today is I don't know how it was back in the day for you old folks, but I imagine if you
Just
want to like
older,
meet a
not
kid
old.
where he was, you would go to his sports games. You would engage them with whatever sport they were playing. I feel like nowadays it's almost changed to like if you want to like be where the kids are, do what the kids are doing, it's video games. You don't like go watch a kid's football practice unless they're in football. You like hop on a game of League of Legends with them. You hop onto a game of Overwatch with them or Valorant, whatever kids are playing nowadays, right? It's always changing. And what I've noticed too is you don't even need to be like it's not that hard to keep up to date with everything. You don't need to play every game. You just need to go into every conversation with an openness and the willingness to learn and hear what they have to say about it.
It's good.
That's good. You don't even need to be good at a game, too.
No, you don't. Honestly, let them beat you.
Yeah.
Let them dunk on you. They'll have way more fun doing it than you destroying them.
That's right. Any other final thoughts before we close this episode out? I can see them
Either
stewing
table. Yeah.
in
We're
their
just
loss.
stewing in pain and misery.
Table B, I know you've got a lot of good godly thoughts right now.
Nope.
Zelda is a champion.
No, I'm disappointed
Link
in
is the
myself.
champion.
No,
I mean,
Link
you
is
know,
a champion.
Link is a champion.
Shows you how much
I'm
I know.
sorry.
Link
Yeah,
is the
shows.
champion.
Zelda fails, but no, I'm trying to tie back all of my to captivate my carnal thoughts and be filled with spiritual thoughts, and I just want to resonate that. Yeah, absolutely. Like to kind of touch on that, like we did want to make one talking point be like, well, some of these games really do intimidate some youth workers because like some of these games. Like, for example, that we ended on Grand Theft Auto and Diablo, and those are games that maybe as a youth leader we would shy away from, right? Like if our kids are talking about that, it's uncomfortable. And sometimes because we do know that there are some games that are, I think, more black and white of something that's not a good influence,
Right.
we tend to demonize an entire industry over some things. And that's why a big theme of the show is test every spirit. And I think the same thing can go in with video games, like test every video game, like, know about these things. Learn about like what is this game really all about. I know a lot of people were afraid of World of Warcraft because it has the word like Warcraft. It reminds you of like wizards and evil, but we could have like an hour-long discussion on like why we don't think the spirit of that game is all that evil. So it's something that we as ministers, we have to take upon ourselves to either demonize the whole thing and like just say no to video games altogether, or go the extra mile, which I believe we should do, and really invest in learning what these are about.
And actually, can I speak to that really quickly?
Yes, please.
I think you bring up a good point, and I think also too is there's a big like gamer culture. There's a big culture of like I'm a gamer, I play video games, I align myself with like all these streamers and YouTube stars and Let's Play folks, and you don't necessarily need to affirm what's going on inside of a video game to engage someone with it.
That's true.
Right? And my big fear is if the church is not present in video games, then we're not going to have any say in what's going on in them. And I think like a game like Diablo, for example, Diablo on the surface, just looking at the gameplay, would be a super great game to play with a kid. Team up with a party of 4. It's completely cooperative. It's casual. It's a game I would definitely recommend.
You're going after the devil.
That's
You're trying
true.
to kill
That's what a lot of
him.
people don't know is you're trying to kill the devil.
Well, but then if you were to actually like get into the game though, on the flip side, it's super violent and
That's
gory.
Pretty dark. You're in dungeons.
It's a rated
There's
M.
people dying and torn apart.
I like how Brent
Well-
just completely flip-flopped.
Well,
I've
like
heard it all.
look and like they're sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, bro.
No. But what I was saying is though, is there's so much stuff in video games that like I wouldn't necessarily want like my students like being like engaged with, but they're engaging with it nonetheless. And so if I can like be with them as they engage with it and just like steer them away from it, I think that's a win.
at least
Would I
know about it,
invite
yeah.
a student to play Diablo? Probably not.
Yeah.
If a student was super into Diablo and they invited me to play with them, I would love to like hop on, have a conversation why I disagree with some of the stuff they're seeing, have a conversation with why it's dangerous that even though you have to zoom in really far, you can still see like naked people in Diablo.
What?
Yeah, fun fact, nudity is in Diablo.
I'm glad
know
my computer doesn't have high res.
Didn't get that far into the game.
But like that's the point
I
though.
play
is,
on a
like,
Commodore 64.
is there's so much content these students don't even realize they're being
pixels.
like that. There's so much content these students don't even realize that they're engaging with
Yeah.
that they are, and it's all like what's the word?
Subliminal
Subconscious,
messaging.
subliminal.
Yeah.
And I think, the trained eye of like a youth minister can really help them identify these things and steer
Good.
them clear from them. And that's why we have to engage with students where they are in these video games.
And I have a thing to that point too. I think one thing that we also want to be careful of as youth leaders is understand that like this is the thing that a lot of youth are into, right? So if you come out against it right away, you might shut a door completely on a youth. Like they might shut it on you, and you're just not getting in because of your preconceived notions of Diablo, The Sims, Minecraft, whatever, right? Whether that's like quantity of time that they're spending on it or quality of what's in the game, right? So I think it's really important for us as youth workers and people who work with youth to make sure that we're not like coming down on them for liking something. Does that make sense?
It's good.
Like we want to make sure that we are we can walk that line between affirming what they're doing and like being interested in gathering information about it. And I think in both of those situations, it'll build the relationship between you and the student, which is the number one thing, so that we can point them to Christ. Because if you come out and like a kid's favorite game is Mortal Kombat and executing people, right, or whatever that happens in Mortal Kombat,
Good
in a
for
fairly
you.
violent
No,
game,
never mind. Sorry.
of what happens in a fairly violent game. If you go, why don't you play Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat? Like right off the bat, you're coming at something that they enjoy playing, right?
Yeah.
So like, be careful with that because like there is a time for discipleship to grow people and to not groom students, but to like point them towards potentially better alternatives, right?
Yeah.
But like, don't lead off with that punch. Don't lead off with, why do you play video games all the time? You should go outside, right? Be careful. You should be careful of just coming down on the things that they're interested in right off the bat.
And I think just to bring some older historical value in here with that, it's not just about video games. I mean, the church was traditionally against card playing. So like even before there was digital screens, like churches had an opinion on Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah,
like there
I
was
remember
churches that banned Pokemon cards from church because the kids always had them. So now it's a video game and people can play it on their phone or whatever. But I'm just saying that it's been a thing throughout history. Even dice, like I know churches have a problem with like even rolling dice because it represents gambling.
Absolutely.
And so if people associate morality to an inanimate object that doesn't necessarily have morality in it, but they're associating it with immoral actions, like do we do that too? Like, even kids that are choosing to go to real live sports over youth group. Like, do we as youth pastors make moral judgments on the family's calls because they're doing certain things? So I think it's bigger than just video games, but I think that same prevalence is like throughout how the church tries to sometimes regulate morality rather than let God change lives. And then we get into be the moral police rather than disciplers. So I think that's something that we need to think about.
Amen.
That's
I think
a good
to wrap
word.
this up, because we've been on for a while, we here at UIC, we're all about building next-gen leaders.
Yep.
We're so glad you watched. And as we build next-gen leaders, Mike said it well, don't start off saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Start off and build that relationship. And as you have built that relationship, as you are discipling, let's make sure we disciple them in Christ, not disciple them in Skyrim, not disciple them in World of Warcraft.
Hey,
and so,
hey.
check our website, uic.org. Make sure you visit our website, check us out, and send us an email. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time.
Absolutely. Watch me and Mike's Twitch streams. I promise, we're actually friends. Whatever you saw in today's episode.
Hey,
I think this makes me and Mike better friends.
would it be helpful? Would it be helpful if he also has to dance as well?
If he wants.
We did say he didn't have to.
He's a great dancer, so you guys are just gonna look worse.
That's true. He is an amazing dancer.
All right,
Take care,
guys. See ya.
Don't forget to ring
See
that
you guys.
bell.
Ring that bell. Subscribe. Oh, man.
Cornbread and dopey dope. Tony, I trust you, but you led me astray.
I definitely left you, bro.
You were trolling us the
Diablo
whole
was the
time.
black
Yes, I wanted stuff from the very beginning. I was like, how?